Hello, friends. I am a research scholar and I very well know how difficult it is for the first time readers to read a research paper or an article, and sometimes even for people already in the domain of research find it difficult. But today in this video, I will try to ease your work by sharing with you the most effective technique of reading any research paper, which I also follow personally. First, the most important point is getting a credible paper out of the millions available, for which I will make another video. But for now, let's assume you have a research paper downloaded. In my case, I have also downloaded a research paper. So let me open it. Here it is. The first thing one needs to do is read the title of the paper, the authors, the date of publication, and the journal in which it is published. In my case, the title is as Impact of Institutional Reforms on the Performance of Distribution Utilities in India, a Dynamic Panel Data Analysis. So, by reading the title of the paper, I come to know that it is about the performance of distribution utilities and the impact of institutional reforms on the performance. And the country that it is covering is India, and it is a panel data analysis. Then the author of this paper is Vinish Kathuria, who is from SJM School of Management, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. Then I find the article info like JL classification and the keywords. Then I look for the date in which it was published. In my case, it it became available online from 9 September 2021, and the abstract of the paper is present here. If then you feel it matches the domain area for which you have to read this paper, just scroll through the paper and read carefully the main headings present in the paper. So first read the abstract and then skim through the paper, like only going through the main headings. Like in my case, the first point is about introduction, then the second point is about Indian power sector reforms, background and current structure. The third point is about literature review. And then in third point, there are further subpoints. And then comes the methodology and data, which is further divided into subpoints. And then I find that, yeah, in fifth point, results are present, the descriptive statistics, and the econometric results, robustness tests are present. And then in the sixth point, the discussion is carried out. And then in the seventh point, conclusion and policy implications are written. Okay. And then finally, there is appendix, and then you'll find the references. So after going through the paper once, if you find yes, this is the paper that can contribute to your knowledge or literature review, then comes the second step. Okay, so first step is finished. Now the second step is that read the abstract again. In the abstract, you will generally find the problem statement, the main aim of the research conducted, the methodology that was followed, and the main results also. Okay, in brief, an abstract summarizes the whole paper in a paragraph basically. So it is written mainly for the reason that the reader, before investing his time reading the 15 to 20 pages long paper, gets to know whether it adds to the value or it is not what he or she was looking for. So in my case, if I go through the abstract, I find that they employ data of 55 power utilities from 29 states from 2007 to 8 to 2015 to 16. So I'll highlight this point. Okay, so likewise, you can highlight the points that you feel important. So after reading the abstract for the second time, highlight the points which you feel important. And at this point of time, if you want, you can take printouts. I suggest taking printouts for beginners, but it totally depends on your personal choice. Now, generally people suggest you to skim through the paper once and then once again read the paper. But what I do is I start with the paper, I start with the introduction. In the introduction, you will find the background of the study, a research which is not very important for you. So just read through it and highlight if you feel an important point is present which you can use in future. Okay, in some research papers you will find that literature review is merged with the introduction, and in others it comes under a separate heading. Like in my case, there is a separate heading for literature review. So read the literature review carefully, and while reading, if you find that yes, this is the paper which is very similar to what my idea or interest is, or which can contribute to my work, just go to the references part and highlight that paper so that you can download and read it once you finish reading this paper. One important point here is that sometimes you will find some referenced paper in literature review which you need to read before reading this current paper, because maybe the methodology was developed before, and you have to go through that methodology first before understanding this methodology of this particular paper. So in this case, read the referenced paper first will be my personal suggestion. In other cases, just read the literature review for finding out the work developments that took place before this paper. After that, generally comes the methodology that was adopted for conducting the research or the experimental details. So just read it and try to understand, and don't forget to highlight the important points here also, as this will be the portion where you will have to come back even while doing your own research. Okay. After this, you will find the main results. Like in my case, it is present in the fifth point, I guess. Yeah, in the fifth point. In the fifth point, like in this main results, you'll find the findings and discussions where you will find the main outcome of that particular research, figures, graphs, and tables with the explanation. So try reading the explanation and understanding it in that particular figure or in that particular table. You will get to know whether they found what they were expecting or came up with some new results, which again needs your attention. Highlight the main results that you can always come back and cite those. After this, in some paper, you'll find the discussion, like here in this paper, discussion is given in a separate point, and after this comes conclusion. Okay, conclusions and future recommendations are basically the last part of the research paper, where you conclude and give some topics to you which you can work in your future. So this part also gives you some interesting research questions to ponder upon. After that, you may find acknowledgements and funding agency details or research sponsor details, like in this case. Okay. And then in most cases you'll find the references after this, but in this particular paper there is appendix present. Okay, then when the appendix ends, you'll find the references present. So in most cases you will understand the paper in this first reading only, but if for any reason you didn't understand a particular part or all of it, consider reading it for the second time, and for sure this will not take a lot of time. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it will help you, and please let me know your opinions in the comment section. If you liked the video, please like, share and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.